I'm Josh Kelly, welterweight, currently 6-0, fighting for the Commonwealth title. Follow Sport Icons.
Right, so Conor Benn versus Adrian Granados. Now, this fight was supposed to be the opening headliner for Fight Camp to introduce DAZN to the UK, but due to Conor Benn catching you-know-what, the fight was rescheduled to today's fight card on the Lara Warrington Part 2 undercard at Headingley in Leeds. Now, this fight was never going to be a fight that I felt Conor Benn was going to lose. There was no way that he was going to lose his fight due to his work rate, due to the fact that Adrian Granados, he hasn't really been the same kind of fighter ever since really he fought Adrian Broner and maybe Sean Porter. Now, he's a very durable guy. We've always known that. He's a very seasoned veteran, really. And he's a 12-round fighter, so quite why they changed it to a 10-round, I'm not too sure. Especially as there's a version of a WBA title on the line. But regardless, it's a fight that was pretty easy to score. For me, I thought that it was a very one-sided win for Conor Benn. But the thing is with Conor Benn is that he was quite easy to read from Adrian Granados because it was all just route one for Conor Benn. Go forward, throw a jab, try and land a big right hand. That's what he was doing. March forward, swing for the fences. And when you're somebody like Adrian Granados, you can read those punches. You can slip those shots quite comfortably. Now, don't get me wrong, of course, some shots were getting through and Granados took them. Now, in the opening couple of rounds, I thought Conor Benn, he was kind of lucky not to get a point deducted, really, with the way that he was being a little bit... well, he was shoving Adrian Granados and like pushing him down and using his head in that a little bit. But ultimately, it wouldn't have made any difference, even if he had lost a point, because there was no way that Conor Benn was going to lose this fight. No way on God's green earth, because Adrian Granados just doesn't do enough. He really doesn't. And to be honest with you, he didn't really come alive until like the last 2, maybe 3 rounds. For the rest of the fight, Adrian Granados was just on the back foot with his back against the ropes, literally just circling the ring. That's all it was that he was doing. And you can see Conor Benn was getting a little bit frustrated because he wanted Adrian Granados to stand in the centre of the ring with him and trade. That's what Conor Benn wants to do. Conor Benn wants to have a war. He wants to trade. Why? Because he feels that he can knock out anybody on his day. And maybe rightfully so. But I will say, though, that when it comes to Conor Benn, he is very route one. Very, very route one. And I think that if you was to put him in there with, say, Errol Spence Jr. or Terence Crawford or any of the top guys, well, I'm not too sure how he's going to handle the pressure that they may well give. And you could see, especially in like the final round, all Conor Benn wanted to do was have Adrian Granados come to him, and he was getting frustrated with it. In some ways, Adrian Granados has somewhat given the blueprint to a pure boxer of how to beat Conor Benn. Frustrate him. Because Adrian Granados, that's exactly what he was doing. And you could see that Conor Benn wasn't really happy with the fact that he was going to get a points win. He wanted the knockout. But either way, it was a very dominant, one-sided performance. I thought that Conor Benn won this one 8 rounds to 2. If you want to be really, really generous, you could say 7-3. Either way, a very, very wide score. So congratulations to Conor Benn. But who's going to fight next? I know that there's been talk about maybe Adrian Broner. I'm not too sure if that's the kind of fight that Adrian Broner would want to take. But at the same time, for me, I'd like to see Conor Benn take on Josh Kelly or David Avanesian, or maybe at least get the British title. I'm not too keen on the fact that he seemed to have skipped all the belts. No area, no English, no British, no Commonwealth, no European, and now he's looking at the world. I think that may set him up for the long term in not such a good way. But of course, he's got a very good trainer in his corner at the Matchroom Gym in Tony Sims. He's very dedicated. He's always crushing it, as he says. But either way, good performance in some ways. Well, in fact, in a lot of ways, it was a very good performance from Conor Benn. But Route 1 stuff isn't always going to work. It ain't always going to work, okay? And when somebody puts it on him, he might be in for the shock of his life, because so far he's been getting his own way for quite a little bit of time now. So anyway, my thoughts, you drop me yours, click thumbs up, subscribe, catch you all in the next video.